Right then, this is the latest video of production line. Right, where was I? I've got a big map ready. I'm just going to run over everything that's been added in the last week. I've got a great, huge map here. Let me just pick something to I'm going to go through everything that I added in the last week, which is quite a lot. I've been really getting into this game, so I've got quite far in it. And then we're going to talk about the plans for an alpha build that people will be able to sort of pre-order and play. So I've got a little of stuff that's been done lately. One of the things that makes a big difference actually is the cars have nice bright colours. They used to have these sort of dark, sort of washed out colours, and I much prefer this look. I mean, we can have any colour we like, but I do quite like this. So we have a system now where when cars are built, they're built like this, this white colour, which I think in they call it body in white in actual, proper car factories. So go along here, and here they are going in to have their undercoat done. So they come out with a grey undercoat, and then that's being dried here, and then they, a little bit of a sort of viewing issue there maybe. And then they're going through and they're getting at the moment a random colour, but no doubt will change that. No doubt people will want to pick colours or something. I don't know. So that went in and that was cool. There's been some changes to resources as well. We have some new resources. If I show you the current list of resources, easiest way to do that is to pick a supply thing like this. So these are all the different resources in the game. So I've added a few, and we'll be ending up adding a lot more. So we have like a climate control unit. I don't have an icon for you. So basically, you wouldn't bother fitting anything, but once you researched it, you'd fit aircon, and then when you do research for climate control, you then fit a climate control unit instead of aircon. So that's a new resource that you'd have to build. It's a separate thing. We also have electric motors, airbags, and sort of flat steel that again we don't have icons for yet. I haven't got an airbag icon. Need to get a light one done as well. So flat steel is going to be one of these things. I just want like huge production lines. I think that's what people want from the game. And so the idea is you'd be able to buy in raw steel. You'd then be able to process that to get flat sheets of steel. You'd then be able to press that into individual components like a roof or a door panel, for example. I think we're making door panels somewhere. Yeah, so here we are. Funnily enough, we're making door panels, but we're making them from actually, I'm not sure if I've implemented it or not. Yeah, steel sheets, although they use the same icon. I just need to get new graphics done. So there'd be a two-step process. You can either like import steel sheets and press them into car doors and fit them, or you can input raw steel, flatten that out into flat steel sheets, then press them into car doors. So you can really kind of like extend the whole production line process in the way that like Henry Ford used to do, where they used to have at the River Rouge plant, they'd just have ships that would deliver. I think it might have just been iron ore. Maybe they made their own steel. They made everything. And that's actually coming back. That's something that Tesla are moving more towards is making stuff. I think they make their own seats now. So that's a thing that is not in the past. Actually, it is changing. And then you have you capture the whole kind of profit from each level at that point, which they call vertical integration. Anyway, I quite like all that. Something else that we've got is if you want to delete a conveyor belt, a resource conveyor belt, like these things here that carry the resources. It used to be a little bit annoying because if you'd right-click on an area, it would delete whatever's on it, under it, but it would start with the resource conveyor. So if I wanted to delete that, we'll let that car go by first. It was a pain. Now I should be able to just delete it. Yeah, like that. Better put it back. Otherwise everything will go wrong. Whereas if I want to delete this with a right click, I can't. I need to shift. Is it shift or control? I think I know. I thought it was shift. Oh my god, I've got a bug. I've now got a bug. Is it because I was placing stuff? Oh, I need to look into that. Okay, well, that's a feature that hasn't gone in. That's just a fucking bug. I managed it then. I need to look into why that's going wrong. Anyway, that's the plan anyway, to make it so that you can decide when you're right-clicking to delete, because there can be one thing on top of another thing like you have here. Anyway, you might have seen there that that's another thing that's gone in, which is if I want to place down conveyors, it can get very kind of busy on the screen. So if I want to connect there to here, then when I go to do that, it will just fade everything else out and just show me where resource conveyors are and where resource stockpiles are. So I can now check that I am actually going from the right place to the right place. That should work everywhere. Yeah, so you can see the layout there. It's just if you select resource conveyor and then go to place one down. I might make it that it's just if you select resource conveyor, but then maybe you still want to look at some stuff. I don't know. So that's a new bit of user interface that's gone in. Something else, someone on Twitter had a really good idea, which I've nicked. Thank you for that. When you zoom out, these icons that show you where all the cars are, that they should be color coded, and they are. So you saw a little flicker there of them going red. Yeah, won't bother with resources at the moment, with research at the moment. So green means we're working on that car. So this car is currently, let me select the thing. It's currently drying. The paint's drying there. So that icon there is green. All of the yellow cars, they're waiting for something. Okay, so they're moving. Ideally, every car would be green, because all these yellow cars show that I don't have enough processing slots. I've got a queue building up here, so I don't want yellow. What I really don't want is red, and you'll see they go red very, very briefly until they check. There's one there, red, that one that was red there. That shows that they should be worked on, but nothing's happening. Look, insufficient resources. You can what are we fitting here? The engine assembly, and you can see we've got a big stockpile of engine components here, but it's not quite close enough. So briefly they go red, which is a problem. What we should do is we should research the breakdown of engine assembly so that it's in separate slots. If it was in separate slots, then each workstation would have enough room to stockpile what it needs. It wouldn't have to keep going back to this supply station. So anyway, so that's a nice way of when you zoom out there, thinking, okay, I've got too many cars and not enough work taking place. So you can see here at the start where everything's green. It's like, yeah, that's fine. You know, this is fine. But the problem is, this is going too quickly. I've got 2 production lines here of car chassis, and it's all kind of fine up to here, and then we get a huge backlog. And we can tell, you can pretty much tell here that that backlog is because we're not drying quickly enough. We need to research stuff there. And this is a huge backlog. This is actually creating a great big backlog there. Anyway, that's everything that's gone in that's new, but it's only a week, so, you know, don't give me a hard time. Let's talk about alpha. You can see the kind of state that the game's in. It has some stuff, it doesn't have others. It doesn't have final music, it doesn't have final sound effects. There's some missing art, there's some missing other stuff. The user interface is completely placeholder. I changed this, by the way, so it only shows you cars that you actually have stock at the moment, and it lists all their features. It has a number of different maps, and it has a map editor in there anyway. There's probably bugs, there's probably performance issues. Although I suspect not, unless you go completely mad, because it's very optimised. And it takes hours to get to this. But the late game isn't there. There's no marketing in there at the moment. There are no product recalls or accidents or stuff like that. The research tree is pretty big, and it will get a lot bigger. But it's certainly not complete, and this user interface is awful. So anyway, I want people to be playing the game. And I know loads of people have asked me when can we play the game. So I thought I'd do a Prison Architect thing where you pre-order the game, you buy the game basically, and you get to play it now. like an early access. Not on Steam yet, because I don't want loads of attention on the game when it's at this early stage. I want a lot of kind of design feedback. And I've thought a lot about the price, and I think I'm going to make it about $10, because I don't want to charge more than that because the game's not finished, even though you'll get a finished game, when it's ready, obviously. I didn't want to charge less than that because I don't want people who aren't particularly interested to come in, buy it, and then go, well, that's that game, and forget about it. Because this is a really early stage version. So what I think I'm going to do is, hopefully by this time next week, I will be taking pre-orders and offer a build people, and those builds will get updated. It will only be in English. It will only be for Windows. I code my own engine, and it's non-trivial to get it translated to Mac, and I don't want to keep doing Mac or kind of Linux stuff while I'm working on it, because I have to hire someone to do it, and it's just a nightmare. And the same with translating. We're going to add a load of stuff, so translating it would be a pain. So we're going to handle this hopefully using the Humble widget from my site next week, and hopefully we'll get a fair few number of people giving it a try and letting me know what they think. It is actually fun. I'd say if it's not fun, but it is quite Moorish. Looking at this, it distresses me massively, this huge backlog, because look here everything flows perfectly. Here everything flows perfectly. What I need is like another run through here, or I need to double up on these 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got like 7 drying machines here, so like have I done the research for that? Faster drying, turbo drying, and max power drying. See, I should be researching this. And then if I fix that bottleneck, where will it shift it to? Will it shift it to here? And at the moment the game isn't balanced, and it's stupidly easy to make money. Look, I'm making millions. It's insane, because people basically buy the car at too high a price point. I'm currently selling the car at 75% premium, and I'm churning them out quick. Look, so I need to fix that, obviously. But it is fun, and hopefully people will like it, and I'll talk more about that next week, and then the week after that, hopefully we'll have a bit more artwork going as well. So anyway, this is Production Line. I hope you like the look of the game. It is really getting there. I'm really proud of this. So hopefully you've enjoyed watching this, and let me know what you think about the whole, like, I'm doing a pre-order for $10 and stuff like that. So I will stop there. Thank you for watching, and I'll do another video next week.